still standing in front of cows at this exact moment. I'm covered in cow saliva. Ew.
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Woo!
Da 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 da. Da 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 da.
Woo!
Da 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 da.
Up Matters with Mr. Morris.
Yeah.
Today, well, your subject is going to be all about moo. 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 Your subject is going to be all about animals and shapes and animals. So, without further ado, let's go to the demo table and I'm going to show you a little bit of what we are going to be doing.
So today I'm going to be showing you about animals, and more specifically how to draw animals using shape. Everything that you see is made of shapes. We've discussed this in the past, and animals are no different. So let's say I'm going to draw a cat. I know a cat has a head and it's more or less round. I know it has a body, and the body is more or less an oval. I know it's got those back legs, and well, those back legs kind of come up, and if the cat's sitting, they come down like this. And maybe I'm going to put a little rectangle there. I know the cat's got a tail, and I'm going to draw that tail as a line to start, but then I'm going to thicken that line and turn that line into a shape. I know my cat's going to have ears, and for the most part their ears are going to be kind of these rounded triangles. I know that this doesn't look like much right now, but stay with me. Next, I know that my cat's going to have its front legs come down. Alright, so this is a pretty basic cat, but see, I'm able to do a lot more with it from here. I'm going to try to do this without erasing. See, I might accidentally rub some of it off by accident, but let's see what I can do. Circles for the eyes, triangle for the nose, mouth comes down. So you can see how I started out with just some basic shapes to put my animal together, but I ended up turning into something that I guess kind of looks like a cat. That one arm's a little bit weird to me, or paw I should say. Let's try another one. So a cow, I know, has that long body. I'm going to use a big rectangle for it. And I know the cow's got a neck, and that neck slopes up like this. So I'm going to give it a triangle for a neck. And its head comes back down. I'm going to use a rectangle for that. Cow, of course, has two legs on the front. I put a bend on that one just to make it so it stands out a little bit more. And it's got some legs on the back. And the thing is that animals' back legs tend to have larger back legs. And an animal like a cow, it also has a leg that's shaped different than yours. Instead of its knee being here, its knee is actually up here. So it makes it look like their leg goes a different direction than yours. In reality, it actually doesn't. Cows have a pretty thin tail, so I'm really not going to get too crazy with the tail. I'm just going to turn it into a little shape. I'll make the end like a paintbrush. And here are my basic cow. Now I know that I'm going to have to put on some other things. I know the cow's going to have some ears that I'm going to have go down. So let's fast forward and see what I can do here. Okay, I'm not going to say it's the best cow I've ever drawn. Kind of looks a little bit cattywampus. It looks a little bit off. You'll notice I used the option of putting on spots or stripes to kind of cover up some of those extra lines, because in art class we learned that we don't use erasers. And even though I have a dry erase marker and I could very easily erase that away, I want to try to do this in a way so that I'm not erasing, because I want you to try that too. Obviously, my cow's head looks a little bit more like a dog. I would need to look at a photo of an animal to do a better job drawing that animal. So that might be something else to consider today, is when you go to draw your animal, not only should you be thinking what shapes you need, but maybe you need to pull up a picture of that animal and then copy those shapes. I'll show you one more example. When I was a kid, I loved to draw cats. And I loved to draw cats because, well, I saw a couple shapes. One, they have a kind of triangular nose. Now, in reality, their nose has a little bit less of a triangle. And with a cat, I know that it has the bridge of the nose, and then it has these oval-shaped eyes. My cat also has a mouth that swoops down like this. Again, I'm really looking at these shapes. I'm looking at what shapes can make up that cat's head. So here I have kind of a rectangle. Here I have a triangle. Here I have a circle. Here I have another circle. And the whole cat's head fits nicely in with the triangle. From here I can put on ears. I can put a dome for the top of the kitty's head. You can see how I can use shapes to make something that seems really complicated. I can break it down into smaller shapes. One of the last things I always make sure I do is, if it's an animal, then I know that some of these shapes, they won't be geometric. They're going to have more of a curve. So the cat doesn't have an actual point on its chin, so we're going to curve that out. And the edges here are going to be rounded. Today, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be picking an animal that we can find here in Ohio. I want you to find an animal that lives here in Ohio. The weirder and less known, the better. Once you find your animal, I want you to pull up some pictures of it. I want you to practice drawing it using shape.
I cannot wait to see what kinds of awesome animals that you make using shapes today. Until next time, remember, be kind to yourself, keep on keeping on, and keep on creating. I'm Mr. Morris. Have a great day.